Ayo. See if the audio's working. I tried to reconnect everything best I could. So let's see. I moved some stuff around, so I had to disconnect everything and reconnect it. And hopefully it came out correctly. Hopefully it came out correctly. Let's see. Let's see how the audio is. Y'all's let me know. Let's see. This is the one I'm using here, I think, or is the one I should be using. So it should sound a little better now that I'm close to it. And mic volume. Of course, my mic volume's a little up. Echo cancellation thing. Is that on or off? Off? On? Does it matter? Does it do anything? Seems like it reads it better with echo cancellation off. Off. Off with the heads. Let's see what's up today in the YouTubes. Let's see what everybody's doing. Oh, you know what? It's gonna show some. No, we'll just look at junk. Let's see if Quick Fix awake. Quick Fix usually awake. Oh, I think I saw Silly Wabbit was awake earlier. So let's see Silly Wabbit. Let's see what he posted. I was gonna look at some stuff. Oh, another diddler. What the fuck? Yeah, this is the one I had started this one. Yeah. This is the one I was like, oh, he's awake, and he was playing music or something, and I just clicked off it. But I figure he starts talking at some point. So let's see. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me present the screen. Checking in on whatever Silly Wabbit was. They're saying that dude, Tommy something is a Chomo guy now. So you know them and their Chomo.
Larry.
That was loud.
Let Tommy D take your kids out to a movie or something.
Yeah, let him take your virginity.
Like 14 or 15. See how you feel. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking dumbass.
No.
Just give me a second. I'm going to take this fucking subscriber mode off because I don't want people like that even subscribe to my motherfucking channel. Little fucking diddly supporting Chomo people like that. Get the fuck out of here. Don't worry about coming back either.
Coffee.
Fucking douchebag.
Yeah, I put a little tomato in that coffee.
You're a fucking idiot, man. The fuck you gonna do, Larry?
Larry.
You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing but sit there and run your fucking cocksucker. How about that?
How about them apples? Who's he talking about, Larry?
Dumbass.
Is that the Larry Blaze guy?
That's
the only Larry I know.
Larry supports the fucking diddlers. Quick Fix supports the diddlers. But yet they're going to accuse somebody else of being one when they're not. And you have one on.
I guess when he says diddlers, he's talking about like statutory rape, basically. That's what he's talking about. He's not saying like, oh, this was forced or unwanted in a way. It was just she wasn't really old enough to consent to it legally, and that's a predator thing. But it wasn't like a he snuck in her room and felt her up or something type of deal, something weird. It was more like or him touching her or something. It was more like they were just like in a relationship, a very creepy old guy dating a young girl relationship. So I mean, it's illegal still, but I don't think it's as bad as when like a girl walking through the park and you just tackle her and full on R word or something. I don't know.
On your channel? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Hey, Paul. Good morning.
Fucking piece of shit.
He's talking about you, Paul.
Anybody supports that fucking shit. You ought to bring Thumper back on your fucking channel. How about that? Yeah. Then you can have 2 of them on your channel. Oh, little fucking Tommy D. Tommy D TV.
Tommy D.
88.
Tommy 88. I love it.
Fucking idiot. How about that? Yeah, I called you a fucking idiot. You a Chomo lover. Man, that pisses me off.
They're really
Don't call
running with
somebody a
this whole Chomo
And then
catcher
when
thing.
he's not, you got a fucking Chomo on your fucking panel. You dumb fuck. Yeah, I was gonna say Tommy 88. That's why I put the 88 at the end. 88's reference to a Chomo. And I can call that guy a Chomo because he is. He got this fucking girl pregnant.
Now, every time somebody sees an 88, they're
When
going to
she
think,
was
oh,
like
is this guy
14
secretly a
and a
Chomo?
half years old.
It's going to be a code from now on. You see
Fucking
the
grooming
88
her.
together.
Um,
The 88. You see that 88, that means
giving
they're
her
a
drugs, smoking weed, smoking meth. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, if you're a
For
cool
real?
guy, the girl will be bringing you drugs.
And you want to
do.
bash on somebody that's not a fucking Chomo? How fucking pathetic are you? That was proven, I believe last night. You are a 100% motherfucking Chomo. And Quick Vic, he
Coffee's all gone.
apparently agrees with it. You got Larry Blaze over there agreeing with it.
No, I don't know, man. Apparently,
Oh, that's just Tommy, you know.
Apparently
Tommy's our friend.
calls
Who
everybody.
gives a fuck?
But-
He's a fucking Chomo, man.
Jeez. Oh, apparently this Tommy guy admitted that he started dating this girl that was man, let's see, what was the math again? Like she's turning 30 or something, or 29, I don't know. It seems like he probably started messing around with her around like 17ish. But the thing is, he was 13 years older, meaning if she was 17ish, he was already 30 or something, you know. If they were together before then for a couple years, I mean, then yeah, I should probably places her around like 15, you know, 14, and a lot of grooming going on, and then eventually they start, you know, doing things. He claims she was 18 when she got pregnant. It doesn't seem like it, maybe close to it, but I mean, how that stuff goes down in Mexico, it goes down in other countries, like, you know, I said, but that's not, you know, an American thing. It's definitely not a current thing. It's just some stuff the old people used to do. Yeah, this is a pretty old guy, right? Wait, how old is he? It's like 40 something. I don't know. I mean, I think they still used to do that back then, you know. I don't know. It's the same old-timey Mexico, though, so I don't know, you know. Anyway.
Fucking Chomo. The scum of the earth. That's all he is. He's a piece of fucking garbage. Right, Tommy 88? I'm going to start calling him Tommy 88. Maybe him and Thumper can, like, go to a mall somewhere and just start fucking walking around. You know what I mean? They probably make a good couple. Fuck.
Wait, what? Banana, I want to know that was our video about Lauren De
What the
Laguna
heck,
passing
man?
the
Come
bar
on.
like the other day? Question mark.
He had a fucking Chomo.
He had a
Yeah,
chubby.
he's co-signing for Tommy 88.
He had a little chubby.
Yeah, he's co-signing for Tommy 88.
Good job.
Fact.
Keep investigating, man. Keep up
That's
the
his
good work.
boy. That's his boy. right there. Right, Larry? You little fucking
Rudy no
chomo
Chomo.
loving motherfucker. How about that? I don't know. It just pisses me off, man. You know, the all ragged on fucking Thumper, which fuck.
Blue Still, I'm in no way obligated to help you with your investigation. You carry on with your investigation, buddy.
Thumper too. And now we got this other little chomo that's been exposed. Tommy D TV.
Tommy D TV. Hey, that rolls off the tongue, man.
Yet, what he did was okay.
Was it? I don't know.
Motherfucker.
I'm not really trying to pass judgment on that one because I don't know.
Chomo loving cocksuckers.
I never did nothing like that though. Yeah.
Hard to believe, ain't it? That's hard to believe. Oh, I known Tommy for 6 years. You don't know his story. Yeah, we know his fucking story because he put it out there.
No, Magnum PI.
He fucked a girl when she was 14 and a half years old, got her pregnant, had a baby when she was 15. Are you fucking serious, man?
Wait, you didn't say she had a video bit of
how old
baby.
Was you? 27,
She didn't have a baby when she was 16,
you definitely a
right?
fucking chomo motherfucker.
What?
How about that?
She had the baby when she was like 17 or 18, maybe.
You 100% fucking
Rindas!
chomo.
Got it!
You dumb
baby! I don't answer questions. I ask the questions.
Get the fuck out of here.
Was it your short/video? We don't answer questions as internet god. Whoa, Monty Lawrence panties isn't it?
Chomo Tommy DTV 88.
I forgot Ghost Rudy and his haunted couch.
Man.
They also have a pair of Lawrence panties there on the ghost couch. That exists in Xiao Bao Hao, by the way.
You know, you're sitting there, you said you was 27, 28. And this girl was 14 years old.
Damn. That's creepy. That is so creepy.
Come on, dude. What excitement did you get out of that? You ruined her fucking life, dude.
Nah.
You ruined it.
Maybe, probably, kinda. You changed it for sure. Probably ruined it a bit.
You ruined it. You ruined her life. You took her innocence away.
You ruined her fucking innocence.
As happy as
that was Julia that said that. You ruined my fucking innocence.
You is a piece of shit.
That was when we got porn bombed.
You little chomo motherfucker. You're pathetic. You're just a piece of fucking trash.
Is he still with this person or no? Are they broken up now?
I don't know, it just gets underneath my skin.
They have kids or something together?
I don't fucking like dealing with people like that, but apparently some people do.
Oh yeah, there you go. They need somebody to bash, and that's all they can find.
He doesn't have a criminal record. No sexual assault. Well, get the fuck out of here, motherfucker. How about that? You little slow talking motherfucker. Every time you talk, I have to go back and bump up my speed up to like two times, just so I can hear what the fuck you have to say. Hey, man, Tommy's a good person.
Quick Vic.
Yeah, Tommy's a good person. He's a fucking child molester. How about that?
Probably, yeah. I mean, yeah, it sounds like he is. Like, I guess, kind of, yeah. Sounds like he kind of is. I mean, if he's admitted.
Let's see if this fucking cocksucker here's restreaming me. Let's see.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I started my stream after he already.
If you, I just might go over there and try to jump on panel. How about that?
Goo bags.
Probably just playing fucking music.
Damn goo bags. Traveling back in time and molesting our children.
Fucking little Tommy D.
Oh yeah, I wonder, right? Where is the baby mama? We gotta contact his baby mama. Hey, somebody find out who his baby mama is, and then message me, and we will we'll go from there.
Oh, now we're talking about Joe's channel.
Yeah, see, even Silly Wabbit knows that we're talking about
Fuck
Joe's
that.
channel.
I ain't got nothing to say to that motherfucker, right?
Who, Joe? Are you mad? No, he's not mad, Joe. Now they're friends. They're
Wait, I thought I
friends.
turned that off. Oh gosh.
Yeah, cocksucker. How'd you get so
Yeah,
fat?
right.
You've
I
been
just
eating
wanna
butter?
come in and been for a little bit. Tommy D, you're a fucking child molester. You're a fucking chomo. Go smoke some fucking meth.
Well, you don't
Stay
have
away
to
from
tell me
kids.
twice.
I'm ending the stream. How about that?
How about
I might be
that?
back later. I said what I had to say. Have a good day. Be well, be safe. Fuck you, Tommy D TV. Stay away from kids, dude. For real.
Let's see. That was pretty interesting. It was a short stream, but it was interesting. Let's see what else. What else? You guys want to watch Doctor Insanity real quick?
Most police stations are covered in cameras to catch your every word.
You'll like this. You guys will like this. I was watching some of these earlier, and they are freaking hilarious. Here we go.
Every word and movement, but
Here we
most police stations are covered in cameras to catch your every word and movement, but sometimes even the smartest of criminals completely forget this, leading to some chilling moments. This is exactly what happened to Chris Watts, a husband and father of two accused of murdering his entire family, whose entire defense fell apart after forgetting he was on camera. Chris had bought a house with his new wife in 2013 and had 2 kids with her there. But in August of 2018, Chris decided that he wanted to fully pursue his relationship with another female, Nicole, and as such separate from his whole family. The couple argued for weeks, but it all came to a climax in an argument on August 13th, 2018. An argument that would end with Shannon laying strangled in a shallow grave in their garden.
This one's
His daughter
much louder
smothered
than
and
the
trapped
other
in oil
video
drums
was.
in an attempt to hide the bodies.
Or is it just showing up loud on my
Chillingly, Chris
headset?
went about the rest of his day as if nothing had happened, but it wouldn't take long for his family to be reported missing by a friend and presumed dead. Chris made an outward attempt to seem shocked and in denial, and even gave multiple interviews to news channels where he begged for his family to come home.
Shanann, Bella, Celeste, if you're out there, just come back. I need to see everybody again. This house is not complete without anybody here.
However, after failing a simple lie detector test in police custody, an 8-hour-long interrogation began. Chris originally maintained his innocence, stressing he still had no idea where they could be. But after hours of passing interviews and more polygraph tests, he asked to speak to his father, where he would finally make a mistake.
She heard him. Yeah.
Ah,
Well, no. I heard like a little commotion upstairs, but I didn't think anything of it.
they're like, if we whisper in the interrogation room.
I'm choking her girl. Did she kill him? Hair blue. She choked up from the dead. I forgot him sitting. I heard him choking her. And then there's babies. That's what I feel horrible about. They're a freaking spoiled thing. He's God. He didn't make for it.
Chris had completely forgotten that he was being filmed and assumed that just because the detectives weren't in the room, nobody could hear him and he was free to say whatever he wanted. But of course, this wasn't the case. And just seconds after confessing to his dad, the detectives returned to the room and eventually arrested him. Months later, he was sentenced to 5 consecutive life sentences. But it's not usually a direct confession that the police find when
It's funny because a lot of people do that. They'll forget, oh, I'm, recorded when they're in the interrogation rooms. Like, I like watching these interrogation videos, especially the ones where like a kind of semi-qualified person will go through it and explain it, because they're a lot smarter than me. at this kind of thing. You know, they train to see when people are lying, you know, and obviously extract the information, all that junk. So I mean, it's real interesting to watch. But yeah, some people forget that they're always on camera in there, and there's always somebody watching the camera. So like when there's somebody in the room with you, like if they walk out, they can still see you, or another person can see you. Usually they work in pairs of like 2, sometimes even 3 detectives all working at once. So, or interrogators, where the hell they're. Anyway, back to the video.
And criminals forget about the cameras. Often it's as simple as somebody exhibiting incriminating behavior, or in the case of Dawson McGee, not finding Sid King.
Not chilly.
Dawson had always been somewhat of a black sheep in
To
his
the
family.
rape dungeon with
He was
him.
homeschooled as a child and never fit in with his siblings, often giving them a hard time and generally being unpleasant towards them. Dawson's strange behavior continued further into adulthood. He became fixated on Halloween masks and horror movies, and was often seen ominously walking around his house at night in full costume. Because of his behavior and demeanor, Dawson was still living with his mother in 2008, but this only made him worse. Eventually in his 20s, after he became extremely disrespectful to his mother, she told him it was time to move out. This, of course, enraged Dawson, and at around 4:30 p.m. on Halloween night, 2011, he attacked his mother in cold blood, stabbing her a total of 10 times across her neck and torso.
Damn.
Just half an hour later, Dawson's sister Caitlin called her, to no response. This concerned Caitlin, and the next day, Caitlin called the police. Just minutes later, after arriving and forcing entry into her room, Kathleen's lifeless body was found laying on her bed. And it wouldn't take long for them to find their main suspect, as the next day, Dawson was arrested wearing a jacket stained with his mother's blood. But it was his behavior in the interrogation room that was the most damning. Dawson had surmised that his strange habits and behaviors were possibly enough for him to claim insanity, as long as he
I was
played it
thinking,
up a
did
little bit
she?
to the officers.
And then the wolf.
But this ended up being his biggest mistake.
We'll talk to you about what happened to your mom. People call me and touching me happened at home. To mom, they were very bad.
Very.
What happened to
Are you
mom?
turning into Mike Cerrone?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Wait, did I supposed to?
Wait, did I?
You want to ask for an attorney? Yeah. Okay.
Watch how, as soon as he hears a detective enter the room, he quickly puts on a strange act of hand movements coupled with distant, stuttered speech without realizing that this instant switch was captured on cameras that were recording the entire time. This footage was enough for a jury to determine him as completely sane and sentence him to 15 years in prison. But while it's very amusing, it's uncommon for a criminal to completely forget that they're being filmed. So what happens when they do realize they're on camera? Upon entering the interrogation room, Russell Jones immediately noticed the camera that was filmed.
I've seen this guy. This would be me. Just saying crazy shit to the camera, just staring directly at the camera. And be like, I know you're watching me. I've seen your shows. I know. You know, just being all crazy and stuff. Just freak them out. Like I'd be like trying to do a handstand, putting my fucking feet up on the wall and everything. Trying to look like I'm like standing at a weird angle in the camera or something weird. Just something scary. I'd be trippy with it. It'd be fun. I'd make an event out of it. I mean, if it wasn't a serious thing. You know, if I was just in there and I knew I didn't do the thing. This guy actually did the thing he's in there for, I think.
Filming every second of his time in there. Russell was being investigated for the murder of Aaron Fryer, a father of 3 who had been brutally beaten to death by a baseball bat in his sleep. At the time of the interrogation, police had already apprehended 2 other people for this murder, 15-year-old Ellen Fryer and her 19-year-old boyfriend George. But
It
Russell
was
George and
very
Ellen were picked up,
entertaining.
so he too was brought in for interrogation.
He was
the entire time he was in
crazy.
police custody, Russell was friendly with the officers, and while he was open about his disdain towards police generally,
You're
he
like
was
Rapido.
adamant that the few he was talking to were the good ones.
You seem like a nice guy. The guy that I was talking to seemed like a nice guy. So
No Sprite.
perfect.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Now all I need is a cigarette and I'll be happy.
He chatted with them politely enough for them to even fetch him food and drinks to keep him company throughout the interview. And on the way to the police station, he even opened up to the officers about his personal business endeavors.
I actually started my own protection business. Did you? Yeah. What kind of protection? I know it's kind of risky. but
Protection.
I work with people 20 and younger, legally considered runaway type of age. So you provide protection for runaways and get them like a place to live?
But the second he was left alone with the camera, it was as though a switch flipped, and Russell became one of the strangest and, for lack of a better term, most guilty people that's ever been filmed in a police interrogation.
Show it.
It's honestly
Show
hard
it.
for me to put this behavior into
Show
words,
it.
so take a look for yourself.
Yes,
You're
finally.
listening in on my conversations, aren't you? I don't care if you're fed or not. I can still twist your little mind. Don't piss me off. So, we can do this the nice way and we negotiate, or we can do it the hard way and I can release my bipolar.
My
Let's make it easy.
bipolar.
Do-do-do-do. One,
Do, do, do,
fix for
do.
food.
1,
I see Ellie and
2.
Gavin because they are both under my protection. 3,
Under my
before you
protection.
release Ellie to her parents or parents, do a background check as well as a drug test. And if you find out that her mom is in fact doing drugs, you are to release her to me. But if you're one of those timing, donut-eating piece of crap that don't like rules, a high school bully with a badge, I'm sorry, buddy, but I eat high school bullies for breakfast.
But alongside these frankly hilarious
Okay.
and entertaining conversations with
Ah.
himself, Russell actually begins to give up information on the case without anybody else in the room.
Gavin and Ellie are to be
That's the problem with going in an interrogation room. Talking too much. You should try to limit your speech to things you only need to say. All this, stuff is very risky. Very, very risky. And just self-incriminating and crazy. Just batshit crazy. But I love it. It's funny.
released to me because the assault her father did the morning of the incident, defending a female. And I know everything that I'm saying is being recorded, and I'm doing it on purpose. It doesn't really suck, does it? So much as it was defending her.
It obviously didn't take
Chris
much for
Chan?
police to
I don't
convict
know
him after
Chris Chan.
this. However, due to
gotta
the
watch.
absurdity of his behavior in this footage, it took them a while to determine if
Is
Russell
he
could
Chris Chan?
legally be
No, he's
considered insane
Russell.
or not. However, it was eventually determined he would be sentenced to 18 to 15 years in prison, and his accomplices each taking 25 years as the main perpetrators of the crime.
Damn. They got more time than that psycho.
911. What's your emergency?
Oh, that was a short video. Let's see if there's any other ones. Any other good ones? That was a good one. Let's see. Yeah, this one's called Dr. Insanity. I found these videos the other day and I was watching them. I've been watching. I kind of just binge watched them all. Well, I mean, not all, but most of them. Let's see. Little Killer Kids, Secret Genius, the stupid ones, the ones that are let's see. I found the bodies. I saw a dead body. I didn't mean to stab her. She just stabbed it. She just got stabbed a little bit. What a 6-year-old killer looks like. I guess that's what we're doing.
Tell me about the knives. Where did you get them?
Shout out to all the Chomo hunters, but sometimes the kids become killers. Just kidding. Sometimes the kids are the evil ones. Dun dun dun.
I got them from the dishwasher.
I got him from the dishwasher.
Big sharp ones.
And what do you want to do with those knives?
Kill John and Mommy with them. And
Ayo!
Every
Damn!
moment
That
a
girl's
child
crazy!
experiences can leave a mark on them that can last a lifetime, and there's never been a better
do you wanna do?
example of
I wanna
this
kill
than Beth
Daddy!
Thomas, the child.
It's gonna be
of
like my
rage.
girl.
Beth was born in 1985, and by the turn of the decade, she'd already proven herself to be one of the most dangerous and frightening children the world had ever seen. Due to
Sometimes
the
the
loss of
channel
her
gets
mother
on.
at just 1 year old, neglect from her
Ooh.
parents, and most sickeningly, physical and sexual abuse from her father, the girl had turned into a child
Dude.
psychopath. This is the story of Beth Thomas, the most evil
What?
6-year-old in history.
Wow.
Beth
Okay.
was routinely abused until she was 19 months old. It only stopped when the abuse was eventually discovered. And Beth and her brother were adopted by a Christian couple named Tim.
She was abused until she was 19 months old. Was that like a year and a half? Like, this sick guy abused a baby like that? Like, ugh, bad. Like, sheesh. It's like, don't hotbox the baby. Also, common sense things like don't do those things to them. Sheesh.
And two lieutenant.
Sheesh.
But while Beth may have just been saved from her nightmare,
No wonder
the
she's a
tenants
psycho.
had only just begun. Her new parents weren't originally told about the abuse the poor girl had gone through, but it would not take long for them to become fully aware of the horrific extent of her suffering. Beth began to have nightmares every night that concerned her parents, but it was the contents of the nightmares that really disturbed them. She told them that in her dreams, a man would fall on top of her and hurt her with a part of him to the point where she would burst into tears. While this set her parents on edge, it didn't prompt them to take any action with Beth. But that all changed when her behavior began to take a turn for the worse. Beth didn't appear
Whoops.
to have a conscience or any idea of right and wrong. She had no morals and showed a complete lack of empathy, all of which would come to surface when her parents made a ghastly discovery. She was seen hurting and killing her pets, and at one point even strangled a nest of baby birds to death. But most shockingly, on multiple occasions, she had tried to take her younger brother's life. In one example, Beth had pushed the boy down the basement stairs and began repeatedly smashing his head on the hard cement floor. By all accounts,
If my kid was that messed up and did that to another one of my kids, I would be like, I love you, but we're putting you in a hospital. You're not going to be a danger to the animals or the kids around you. Or anyway, it's crazy. It's like this is probably what happens when all you teach a kid is violence and just horror and stuff. Like, damn, this is dark. This one's dark. Jeez.
the girl was turning into a fully fledged psychopath at just 6 years old.
Hail Satan.
The final straw
Jeez.
for the tenants is when they caught her
Apparently.
red-handed, physically and sexually abusing her brother. She was found
Good
kicking
morning.
and attacking her brother's private area, attempting to rip parts of him off, and thrusting herself inside of him. All of this while she was just still a toddler. Her parents quit.
Thrusting herself inside of it? What does that mean? What? Like, I don't know what that means. Maybe he didn't say that right, but damn, I mean, yeah, see those kinds of things, you'd be like, there's something freaking wrong with that kid, man. You would know there's something wrong. That's some weird stuff, especially the no kind of empathy stuff, that's usually a big red flag, or the animal murdering or torturing animals, small things, that's big red flag, You gotta get this kid on some Ritalin or some, drug it up at least.
Quickly decided it was time to act and elected to take her to a psychologist specializing in sexually abused children named Dr. Ken Majid.
Did you
During
hit
their
him in the
time
balls?
together, he discovered some truly terrifying things about the girl, including how she planned to murder her brother and her parents, but most importantly, the reasons behind her horrifying behavior. Dr. Majid believed this case to be one of the most disturbing he'd ever witnessed, and shortly after he began sessions with Beth, he recorded an interview with her that would be fully publicized and would go on to shock millions of viewers around the world. The tape was intended to show how devastating the effects of abuse can be on young children, but also that victims can be helped and go on to live better lives. However, this does not change the fact that the contents of this interview are extremely disturbing, so viewer discretion is advised.
Do you ever stick pins in people?
Mhm.
Who?
My brother.
Okay. Do you do it a little bit or a lot?
A lot.
Okay. And what are you trying to do to your brother?
Kill him.
Why do you want your brother to die?
Because I was hurt so bad. And I don't want to be around people.
Shortly into her time in therapy, Beth was
Damn!
diagnosed with reactive attachment disorder, also
Wow.
referred to as RAD. RAD is a mental disorder that around 1 to 2% of children are affected by, but at varying degrees of severity. Usually, it stems from when children are ignored and neglected by their parents. It can occur if their parents or caregivers change over time, or if they're left alone without touch for hours or days at a time. Usually, children with RAD seem more distant than most children. They may dislike touch, resist hugs, and show complete strangers more affection than they do their parents. It's also important to remember that not all children with RAD will harm and kill animals in the same way Beth did. Hers is a very severe case,
Oh, the Easter
likely
again?
amplified by the abuse she endured
We
during her
kill
childhood.
rabbits.
Who else would you like to stick pins into?
Mommy and Daddy
You.
What would you like to have happen to them?
die.
Tell me about your birth father. What was
Just
that
die.
nightmare like?
Just have him die.
When he touched my vagina
Okay.
until it bled. Hurt it a lot until it bled. He'd hit on me and be very nice to me.
How old were you?
One,
And
Oh,
in your
fuck.
nightmare, what happens?
I
What?
get real scared.
Where are you in the nightmare? What happens in the dream?
I'm in the house upstairs. When he comes upstairs and hurts,
How do you feel when you talk about this?
scared.
Throughout this tape, it becomes obvious that Beth isn't a psychopath as her actions and the media at the time placed her as. She's just a scared little girl that had endured possibly the worst early years a child could have. Her mother died,
You're
her father
all
was
locked
sexually
down here
abusive,
now.
and she was left
Where
without
was
food
it?
for
You're
days
all
at a time.
trapped down here.
This trauma and sadness becomes even more evident as the interview progresses.
Where's your birth father? What's he doing?
He's right there, and there's his hand. His hand's right there,
Where?
right there. You can't hardly see it because it's green.
What's it touching?
My vagina,
And what is your birth father doing?
hurting it.
Your face looks sad. Can you tell me about that?
It's crying because there's dots of the tears.
Does your brother have private parts?
Yeah,
And what do you do with your brother with his private parts, Beth?
I heard it.
Tell me about it. What do you do?
Now, I pinch it, squeeze it, kick it.
When you do things to your brother's private parts, what does he say?
Stop.
Okay, tell me that.
Well, he says stop, but I don't stop.
Do you hurt him?
A lot.
Okay. And would you like to do that to other boys?
Psychopathy and RAD are two very different things. The majority of psychopaths will usually appear similar to each other and exhibit the same symptoms, such as a tendency to lie, manipulate others, and a difficulty to show remorse or empathy. This is different to RAD because each case can vary greatly. Some kids will struggle connecting with people or have difficulties showing and receiving love. Some will dislike touch, and some can even lack emotion completely, but each child will react differently. However, in certain cases, such as Beth's, they can also appear violent, especially if they were victims of physical or sexual abuse. But Beth's case was very severe, and
Was this-
unfortunately
was
led
this?
to her hurting much more than just her brother.
Do you have animals, Beth?
4 of them.
Can you tell me their names?
Yep.
Clyde, Shuggy.
We learning the results of these bad actions.
That there was a stray cat who did not have a home, so Daddy was taking care of it, and
I killed
did
it.
a bit when he had his flight to go.
And what do you do to the animals, Beth?
Stick them with pins
Stick them with pins.
Do you stick them a little bit or a lot?
a lot.
What are you trying to do to the animals, Beth?
Kill them.
Let's talk about what happened once when you were smaller, when you found some baby birds in a tree. What did you do then?
It's like, yeah, let's talk about the birds. Let's talk about the fucking
And
baby
what did you do?
birds. I stuck them with fucking
Put it on
pins.
to the- Also, when at the end, I picked it up and I thought it was Dad, and I came to say, Mommy,
Yeah.
is this bird dead? I think I remember that they said yes.
Mm-hmm. So did the little baby birds die?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
I just remember that I think I remember that Mommy and Daddy said the last bird we got was dead.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what Mom said to me? She said that all of them were dead. Did you squeeze them? Did Baby Beth squeeze them? You're doing a good job, honey. Go ahead and tell me what happened.
I squeezed them.
And what happened?
They died.
They
A
died.
violent nature and a habit of hurting things wasn't the only issue that Beth had, though, as later in the interview, she showed that she also had a complete inability to understand what was appropriate or not.
Have you ever rubbed your private parts?
Mm-hmm.
Do you do it a lot?
A lot.
How much do you do that?
About every single day, and that seemed to. I did it every single day until it got real bad, and I stopped, and I had to go to the doctor, and I did not like it.
What do you mean by real bad?
Well, it looked real raw, got all kinds of boo-boos on it, germs,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of stuff on my hand.
And it bled?
Mm-hmm.
In another interview with her mother,
What
she
the
spoke
hell?
of multiple times where Beth would begin to masturbate in public. One such case was when they were waiting in the car for Tim to leave the hospital, and Julie turned around to see Beth masturbating in the back seat next to John, as if it was a completely normal thing to do. While Julie tried to talk it out and tell her that they're in a public parking lot and private activities shouldn't be done in places like this, she was completely unfazed and found it difficult to understand what her mother meant. Over time, Beth would become even more and more violent and eventually began to make threats to her parents, saying she was going to stab them at nighttime while they slept. This left the couple with no other choice than to barricade her in her own room overnight just to protect their own safety. But everything would come to a climax one afternoon when her mother made a horrifying discovery in the kitchen.
Tell me about the knives. Where did you get them?
From the drawer.
And where else?
Them's my stabbing knives.
Tell me about it.
I got them from the dishwasher.
What kind of knives?
Big sharp ones.
And what do you want to do with those knives?
Kill John and Mommy with them, and Daddy.
And when Mommy asks you about where the knives are, what do you say?
I don't know where they are.
The tenants now had a violent, unpredictable child hiding weapons from them, living within their own home. And the worst part was, they knew what she was planning to do with them.
Dang.
Do with the knives?
My first thought was Jonathan.
She might stab
And the
Jonathan to
reason I
death, you
thought
know?
that was that she had, by this time, she had tried to kill John on several occasions and openly admitted that.
In the basement, she was hitting his head against cement floor I heard his screams and ran down and had to literally pull her hands off, and she looked wild-eyed.
After spending enough time with Beth and evaluating her problems, Dr. Magin eventually decided that for the safety and well-being of everybody in the family, Beth should be separated from them and should spend some time at a home specializing in helping children with early attachment disorders, especially those who are dangerous to those around them.
We're very strict about everything. Everything is completely monitored. We take complete control because a child who's unattached does not trust. And because they don't trust, they don't allow anybody to be boss of them. So we take complete control. They are not boss of anything. They have to ask to get a drink of water. They have to ask to go to the bathroom. They have to ask to leave our sight. Part of that is because we cannot trust them because of the damage that they've done before. They believe that they're evil. They believe they're from the devil. They believe that they are not a person of value. And we have to change that, and we have to build that from a child who's nothing, who's a bad kid in their own mind, to a child who's valuable and loving, and they see themselves as that.
The home she stayed at tried to build Beth's trust in herself and raise her confidence by showing love to her and convincing her that she, at heart, is a genuinely good and normal human being. They would use words of affirmation and build her self-esteem slowly to eventually change the way she saw herself, hopefully breaking her out of the mental prison that she'd built for herself during the first years of her life. And just a few months in, Beth had already begun to show improvement. She was making friends with the other kids, singing in local choirs, responding well to affection, and most importantly, she was beginning to develop a sense of right and wrong.
Oh, wow.
So the people couldn't see what Messiah ought to be. So your word can change my plans.
She sleeps in the same room with my own daughter, and I trust her that much. She brushes the dogs, and I trust her that much.
She's crazy.
Because she has earned that trust. She's learned it. She has a heart, and she has a love inside, and she feels bad when she does something now. In the past, because she didn't have a conscience, she didn't feel anything when she did something bad. There was just no feeling there. And now she does feel bad, and it shows in her face.
Beth had completely changed. She was feeling again, people trusted her, and most importantly, she could trust herself. In a final, heart-wrenching interview with her towards the end of the process, we were able to truly see the improvement that she had made.
Do you know where that anger came from?
That's when my birth dad hurt me. I had it all inside, and I remembered it, and I started doing it.
And what did that do when it was inside?
It made me want to hurt people really bad.
Damn.
And who did you hurt?
My brother, my mom and dad, and animals. And animals.
Who did it hurt the most?
My brother.
Who did it hurt the most?
Me.
Why don't you tell me that?
It hurt me the most.
How did it hurt you the most?
Because when I hurt other people, I'm hurting my good self.
How do you feel right now, Beth?
Sad.
It's kind of tough to talk
This is
about.
really sad. This is so sad. Holy shit,
Now,
this got
Beth
sad.
is a fully recovered, loving, normal woman.
What?
She works as a nurse and has written a
Oh, wow. This turned out good. I mean, she just was a little crazy as a kid, but this turned out good. She didn't end up like institutionalized. She became normal. She learned, she kind of had a breakthrough or something, you know? Maybe she was just very antisocial, and the only thing she knew was, you know, being abused and molested, and, you know, apparently the dad maybe made her do that rubbing thing. I don't know. That was sad. That
book
was sad.
describing her experiences as
Here's the
that
good
troubled
stuff.
child and about her road to recovery. She also runs a business designed to help and give support to children suffering from reactive attachment disorder. The story of Beth Thomas is a terrifying yet touching one, and it's a glaring example of how important it is for a child to have loving, nurturing people around them.
There's hope
Without
for
the
Joey.
concern and
He can
unconditional
learn.
love her
He can
adoptive
learn.
parents showed her,
Hey.
the calm and caring way of Dr. Magin helped her, and the transformative experience she had in recovery, Beth would likely have ended up in a very different place in her life, just the
Yeah.
same as far too many neglected children do to this day.
Okay, well, that'll show you
At first, I wasn't one.
that'll show you what some child abuse would do to you, man. That's some bad stuff. You know, I know they're doing the whole Chomo catcher stuff, so I was thinking, you know, well, that video was kind of random, but definitely on topic. You know, it was random, but yeah, it was good for the, you know, the whole topic of child abuse, and even the little psychopath of doing some animal abuse, Sally. You know, that's definitely a red flag. Yeah, a bunch of spit in my mouth. I know, man, and that's how I'm ending this too. That was just like, woof. What did we just watch? Why, man? Jeesh. I'm so glad it had a happy ending, though. It had a good ending. You know, I feel a little better now. Yeah. Whew. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Maybe if he washes my car windows or something, I give him like $6. You know, that's about it. That's the only way Joey will be worth $6. Alrighty, I will see you guys in the next episode. It's just hanging out, watching shows with you guys, seeing what's up today. Yeah. So I'll see you guys maybe later or something. If there's anything going on, you know, hop around some panels or something. Alrighty, see you guys later. Peace.